91.7. Okay. How do you get ideas to write your songs?
They can strike just about any time, whether it's driving down the car, driving down the road in the car. Like that song in particular, I was standing outside and seeing this butterfly, and just like all this visionary imagery came in, and I had to write it down. And sometimes they all come at once. Sometimes it takes a long time to write.
Okay. All right. And when did you know that you wanted to really do this seriously, the singing and the songwriting?
I would say after that my very first song I wrote, years and years ago. But I've always had the craving for music my whole life. But really the songwriting thing, trying to separate the performance and how you get from playing on stage and to actually writing a song and becoming the songwriter has been a struggle, and it's definitely a path that definitely something that I want to do for a very long time.
Great, great. One thing that I often ask a lot of musicians when they come through to do the show is to tell me about the wave now of young people picking up instruments again and how you feel about that. I may be a little bit older than you, but back in my teen years and in my 20s, the coolest people were the DJs and the rappers and stuff like that. And, now I see that it's come full circle, and everywhere I go now, I'm running into kids who have garage bands. I think that's the greatest thing in the world, actually.
Definitely. It's been hard, and especially the wave of Guitar Hero and Rock Band. I think it might hopefully be an advantage to get people interested. But I look back at how each decade goes, and as 2000 hit, I wondered how the music scene was going to go. When Nora Jones came out, and she brought back, like, I would say, the pre-1920s sound, with the piano, the jazzy, loungy feel. I knew that hopefully it would be a good couple decades going forward, and it's been good with piano greats like Ben Folds and Regina Spektor. And the sound of actual instruments and the sound of going forward, I think it's great, especially the young kids. That they're gonna be the bands of the future, that not the 1 minute wonders. And it's definitely something that pleases me greatly.
Well, what I see, and you correct me if I'm wrong, is just like I got into hip hop not to make money or for any girls or anything like that. I just did it because I loved it. I still DJ. I do this show as a labor of love because I love music. I love being around music, and I think that's what will sustain this current wave of musicians. The fact that they're doing it because they're genuinely interested in the music.
Yeah, definitely. And I think even the iPod, the ease of getting music now is creating that greater exposure of all different kinds, and hopefully, there eventually there won't be that defining thing of style of music, and then just be music. I think with the connection of the iPod, like I had the tape Walkman, and before that, we had 8-track.
Right. You old enough to remember 8-track?
Oh yeah, we had an 8-track in our car.
You look like you're about 22.
Thanks. I wish I was, but much older than that.
Oh wow. Okay. All right. Well, yeah. One other thing I'd like you to touch on is the importance of not just practice, but learning your craft. I know a lot of musicians who are self-taught, and there's only a few of them who I see through practice can really get to the next level. Some of them can just through practice, but some of them, I'll be honest, I don't play nothing but the record player. But I can still tell when, sometimes when somebody could benefit from a real music lesson.
Well, yes, like through my years of playing, I even taught guitar, but everything you hear now is self-taught for me.
Okay.
But it does take a lot of drive to get yourself to really, to find the venue, the outlets. The internet's been great, especially for, learning an instrument.
Sure.
It takes like, for example, guitar. When I was a kid, I picked up the guitar and got taken to a lesson, and my guitar teacher fell asleep while I was playing, and it was about 2 lessons, and I stopped.
That, okay.
Yeah. So and it was, but it took my own drive, and I think everybody, that really wants that instrument, it takes a lot of practice. I've read a book about this, your brain on music, and they were saying to be officially a master, and say it's like 1 million hours of practice, and it correlates to a very long time.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, I am looking at the clock on the wall, and I'd love to keep you here, but I know you have to make it out to another venue out at Cape May. I'm going to wish you Godspeed. Anybody you'd like to shout out to, or anything else you'd like to say or do before I let you go?
Yeah, well, I'd like to say, definitely Dustin Miller, led me to this venue and told me to check out your open mic last night, and I'm really glad I did. It's been a great time for those people. I sent out all the marketing stuff for all those people out in Chicago to take a listen online. So definitely shout out to all the people in Chicago when I get back. RyanMillerMusic.com is my website. You can check out the music, and when the new CD comes out, you can get the CD through there. And I got videos and have a blog and all that stuff.
Great, great. And he actually dropped a couple of CDs on me, so we'll be able to add Ryan Miller to our regular playlist. And hopefully you will stay in contact with me as you release new music, so we can keep playing you right here in Jersey.
Definitely.
Alrighty, well, ladies and gentlemen, that was Ryan Miller. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thanks for having me, man.
Alrighty. Sorry you can't stick around for Q&A over the phone, but as you know, we don't do live phone interviews anyway. But you were listening to WLFR Pomona, the sound of Richard Stockton College, and we just had Ryan Miller live here in the studio with us.